What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Boba Network. Now, Boba Network is a scaling solution for Ethereum. I'm very big on Ethereum scaling solutions. I think they've got an immense future, provided there's not like an enormous Ethereum exploit. I also want to talk about the ever-developing FTX Sam Bankman-Fried situation. It appears that he may be trying to escape. Which obviously doesn't bode well in terms of perception of crypto as well. Something we've got to talk about. And obviously the ramifications for any FTX users. Before I get into that, I update the spreadsheet now. If you are new to the channel, you're probably going, James, don't know you. Why should I listen to you? So these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about on this channel. They're the first 26 coins I actually held when I made this channel, and had you put in $100 into each of these coins when I released the videos about them, and you'd done everything wrong as an investor, ignored the coins, forgot about them, just never sold them, and just rode them into the recession that we're currently in, effectively, you'd still be in profit for around 8.8k, doing everything wrong. Everything wrong. But if you'd done the right things, and last year, if you'd have sold these coins when the markets were absolutely flying high, you could have made 123k. That is a massive difference between doing the right thing and the wrong thing. Now, obviously, I sold off these coins last year. These are not the coins I hold anymore. If you want to see my current portfolio, go read copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my entire portfolio. I share every coin I buy. I share every coin I sell. We've got beginners tutorials, which are step-by-step for anyone that wants to get into crypto but doesn't know where to start. They're the same sort of tutorials I send over to my friends and family. And guys, look, I deep dive these markets every day. I've done so for 8 years. Whenever I find a coin I think is a strong investment, I get in on it, and I'll go onto the site and I explain why. I'm looking for the next Phantom, the next coin I think can do the 100x, like I said with Phantom. When I find it, I won't do a Udemy course like I did last time, or go on YouTube talking about it. I'll simply go onto the site and tell the members. So if you want to get in on the next 100x coin early, and start building a position, then you're going to want to go read that site, guys. The link's in the description. So Boba Network. Boba Network's currently priced at about 20 cents. Now, as you can see from the video description, I think, or the title, I think this can do quite well, right? This could definitely do sort of 15x or so from where it is. Boba is a layer 2 Ethereum scaling solution. The whole purpose is to basically increase the throughput, make sure there's more transactions per second. And this is built by the same contributors as the OMG Foundation. And Boba is utilizing optimistic roll-up scaling solutions that also reduced gas fees. So when you're utilizing Boba, when you're on the Ethereum network, you should have smaller fees and your transaction should go through a lot faster. They have also enabled smart contracts. So that means developers across Ethereum can build dApps through AWS Lambda. And that means it's possible effectively for anyone that's building to launch a protocol on Boba with very, very minimal fees. Now, to be fair to Boba, they have not been up and running for that long, but they've already really started working on building a sort of ecosystem, a world of Boba. It's not as big as as I would like. When you're looking at anything long term, you want to see how large it is, but this is a lot larger than, to be fair, some of the layering solutions that are out there right now, and they've not been up and running that long. Their NFT section's pretty crap. Their gaming section is pretty rubbish. They're two areas that really need to grow. Their DeFi section is actually damn good. They've got a few good quality projects in here, which I do like. And Boba, I think, is well positioned actually in DeFi. It still needs to grow, but it's certainly well positioned. The NFT, like I say, the NFTs in gaming have to grow for this to have success. The NFT gaming sections are underwhelming. to say the least. Now, the other thing with Boba that I'm keen to see is better introductions of sort of incentivization. You know, I want to see that they're offering, reasons for projects to come and build with them. Because as you can see, they've got some big names. Tony Robbins is not a small name, right? Tony Robbins is Tony Robbins. He's very, very famous. And they're part of a number of different VCs as well. So they've got strong investors behind them. And the market cap is really rather low when you look at it. 35 million is pretty damn low. But in terms of key concerns that effectively could minimize the growth in terms of price, circulating supply is small in terms of percentage that's been released. That to me is somewhat of a problem, but that also depends on the token release schedule. The second thing is I want to see an incentivization program. Come build with us and we'll give you X amount of money so that they can really grow. And the third thing is they need to improve their NFT and gaming sections of their ecosystem because they're weak. Beyond that, looking damn good, looking strong, and looking really impressive given that they have been up and running for a very little amount of time. They only launched in November of last year, so they've been up and running for about a year. Pretty much launched at the peak of the cycle, so have capitulated hugely from where they were. But it was at $8, so it may very well be able to hit $8 again. But I'll go conservative and say $3. But this has got a good shot of doing something pretty special. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you are a returning viewer, can you hit the subscribe button? I'm trying to get as many returning viewers subscribed as possible. We've got about 73% of people that are returning viewers that haven't subscribed. But it does the channel a world of good. I can start getting people in, founders of projects and interviewing them and stuff. The bigger this channel gets. So it would really help. So if you can hit that subscribe button, do. I also started working with BitGet last month, and I've been speaking about BitGet on the channel. One thing I'm really pleased to see that BitGet have done is they're launching a $200 million protection fund within their exchange, and they're going to be sharing their Merkle tree proof of reserves to promote complete transparency and comprehensive asset auditing. This is off the back of, we've obviously seen the hell that has been the lack of transparency with FTX, the lack of transparency with Celsius, the lack of transparency with Voyager, these big boys that have ended up collapsing. And BitGet has gone, no, screw this. We're going to show everyone our reserves at all times. And what I think this does is build a lot of confidence about BitGet, which is a strong exchange. It's one that I use regularly, particularly given that they have 0% fees on spot trading. So you never pay a fee for spot trading. Doesn't matter what it is. That in and of itself is a good enough reason to get into BitGet. But the fact that they're being completely transparent with their assets bodes really well as well, because fundamentally then you know what's happening. You can always see what's happening. Because fundamentally, look, these exchanges that are not transparent have been the ones that have been, falling by the wayside. And this isn't, I don't think this will ever happen with BitGet, because they've launched their protection fund and now they're going to share all their assets and their reserves so people know that they're okay, which is a reason to stay trading with them. And if you want to get in on BitGet, there's a link in the description, guys. So back to Boba. Look, I mean, they've got the scaling solutions. They've got their roll-ups implemented. They need incentivization. They've got to really start giving developers a reason to come to them. That's what's missing for me. Get an incentivization program in place to build on Boba. Because that's the problem. You build on Boba, it just takes you to the docks where it goes through it. And yeah, there's a bug bounty program, but there's not a come build with us and we'll give you this. So they're going to have less projects coming to them. They've got to fix that. They've got to fix that. And they've got to fix gaming. They've got to fix NFTs for me. It's big, big for me. But what do you guys think? Where would you want Boba to improve? Is it gaming? Is it NFTs? Is it growth of the ecosystem? Is it the fact that they're not incentivized? Do you have any concerns about the fact that it's only 34% of the total supply out? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. And again, if you're a returning subscriber, hit the returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own right now, go read copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share every coin I own, every one I buy, every one I sell. I have deep dived these markets for the past 8 years. Record of success is here as well. You can see it on the spreadsheet. And when I dive into these coins and I find ones that I think are going to be massive gainers, I jump on, I tell the members what I'm getting in on and why. If you don't want to do your research, if you don't have time to do your research, you can literally copy along, see, and make the profits I make. And everything, by the way, on the site is verifiable. It's all on the history of the YouTube channel. So yeah, go read it now, guys. Links in the description. And last thing, goddamn, so Sam Bankman-Fried is under supervision in the Bahamas as he is looking to flee to Dubai. Apparently, him and 2 former FTX associates are under supervision by Bahamian authorities. The CEO, the former CEO, the former co-founder Gary Wang, and the director of engineering are under supervision by the local authorities. Also, apparently, Caroline Ellison, who is the CEO at Alameda Research, is also looking for a way to flee to Dubai. While the plan was made assuming that the United States doesn't have any extradition treaties with the UAE, the nations signed a mutual legal assistance treaty back in 2020, in February of this year, to work against criminals. So it may well be that even if they do end up there, that they're going to get extradited nice and fast anyway. But fundamentally, look, I mean, this whole thing is about as bad as it gets in terms of what's happening with FTX. The whole lot filed for bankruptcy Friday. There are a lot of people with money on that exchange. Guys, it's got to be consistently a reminder: don't leave your stuff on exchanges. I say this on my site as well. I leave a small percentage of the funds of money that I'm ready to buy with on exchanges, but genuinely everything is in my ledgers. You can't leave funds on, because nothing's too big to fail. Everyone thought the Lehman Brothers was too big to fail, and they weren't. They did. People will think Binance is too big to fail. It's not. People thought FTX was too big to fail. Clearly not. It's just failed. So secure your assets. Obviously, if your assets are worth like $20, then probably not worth getting a ledger. But if your assets, here's the way I would think about it. If your assets are on an exchange and that exchange files for bankruptcy and you can't get to your funds, is that going to hurt you? Like emotionally, not even financially. Is it emotionally? Are you going to go, this is devastating? This really sucks. If you're going to say either of those things, then you should have a ledger or a Trezor or something or even just MetaMask, utilizing MetaMask. But get your stuff secure, guys, because this FTX situation is not going to be the only one we see across this year, across the next 2 years. We will see other exchanges go down. I am sure of that. So just be safe out there, guys. Anyway, that's it from me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.